What's going on, guys? I'm back with another one. And I just watched a movie called The Menu, starring Anya Taylor-Joy, of course, Ralph Fiennes, Voldemort for those Harry Potter fans, and Nicholas Hoult. First of all, this is obviously going to be a catch-up edition. If I haven't seen this in 2 months, I'm catching up. Okay? First of all, for real, I got to pay homage. I have to pay homage to Anya Taylor-Joy. All right? She's been in the game for a minute. All right? She's done a lot of movies I haven't seen yet. She's been in movies she hasn't been in. All right? I'll explain that later on. But in 2015, The Witch came out. A highly controversial movie, by the way. All right? A very different horror, in my opinion. That's why you need to go see that. All right? You haven't seen it yet. I never got a chance to do a review on this. Matter of fact, this is the movie that she felt would kill her career. And I know it's got to be because it's so crazy. It's so controversial. And I liked it because of that. All right. Then in 2016, Morgan came out. Not a lot of people know about this movie. I do. It's on the wall, not the poster of the movie. All right. It's about a bioengineered girl who, well, that's lab grown, if you don't know, who is very unique in a lot of ways, very special. All right. You got to watch that movie. You got to check it out. Let's just say if it's your first time seeing it, you're not going to recognize her. All right. Unless if you didn't know she was a main character, you wouldn't know who the hell that was. I guess this is how good she got into the role or just how young she was at the time. Either way, good movie. Great movie. Then within the same year, Split came out. We all know about Split. We're no strangers to that. Okay? We know about it. It's the PG-13 movie that broke barriers. Okay? For me. All right? And she was in the middle of all that. She played a great character. All right? Memorable. Very memorable. I commend her for that role. Trust that. Then in 2019, Glass came out. It's the follow-up to Split. Not that great. But, she was in there. I can barely remember that she was in there, but there she was. Okay? We can't all get our gems. We can't all get our gems. I'm still waiting for the follow-up to this one to say or clarify that this is actually a good movie. All right? Then, in 2020, The New Mutants came out. This was a time when the pandemic was about, and it was very hard to push movies out, promote movies, because no one was going to the movies. And so, of course, I was the only person besides, 2 people having fun in the back. All right? At that theater. She played Magic, a very popular character for us Marvel geeks. All right? And she was a very good Magic. She did a very good job at that role. Commend her for that. Commend her for that. That character, it wouldn't be easy to pull off. So many people love that character. It's a lot of pressure. All right? Then in 2021, Last Night in Soho came out. All right? I saw this at the theater and I streamed it. It's very good. All right. The music just blends in with the movie. It's all perfectly put together. All right. And she's a part of that. She does a very good job of the role she plays. I'm surprised she isn't a Tim Burton girl already. Tim Burton, come on. What are you doing, man? She's right there. She's right there in front of you. All right. But then in 2022, The Northman came out. Now, not a great movie. A lot of flaws about this, but a very interesting movie. And she played a very interesting role. with a rather weak love scene, but it is what it is. You know, because in that same year, Amsterdam came out, which was just horrible. Very horrible. She was in it, I'd say, for a couple of seconds. Not really, but it just didn't matter at that point. It didn't matter at that point. It just was bad. It goes to show you have your ups, you have your downs. All right, you're not always going to do a fantastic role in a film. Really not just her fault. It was just a film. Just bad. Just bad. And now let's talk about those two movies that she was in, but she wasn't in. Old and Unbreakable. All right. Her name is credited in these movies, but she's obviously not in these movies. And I'm thinking it's a connection to M. Night Shyamalan, and I guess his whole world he's trying to create. But if she's not in the movie at all, why even do that? I'm not gonna hate. She's getting credit for that. She's getting paid for that and credit. Cool. Let her get the credit. Whatever. Because now we have The Menu, a movie she's actually in. And my question is, will The Menu be another classic on her list? We're about to find out. Let's go. The Menu, for those who don't know, for those who are not aware, if you're not aware of The Menu, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. This kind of went in and then it kind of went out. All right. There was another movie at the time when it was being advertised that was a little similar to it. Not going to name any names, but so you might have got sidetracked. I'll let you slide this time. All right. The Menu. It's pretty much about this out into the sea, out to the island trip for a restaurant extravaganza. All right. This this famous chef called Chef SLOWIK or whatever. All right. And he's kind of like the messed up Ramsay. All right. He invites these people, these hand-picked people, out to his secluded island to have this 6-course or 7-course meal presented to them. And it's supposed to be a show he does, I think, every year or something on that order, right? The specific couple that comes through, which is Margaret and Tyler, all right? Usually Tyler comes with his wife or his girlfriend or whatever she means to him. But this time, she didn't come. She didn't come. And there's another person who's not supposed to be on the list coming to this event. So them going in already is a problem. And once they enter this event, they're shown around, they're given a tour. Then they enter the boat with other people who've also been picked. And slowly but surely, through each course, each meal, things start to get weirder and scarier to bad. And that's the premise of the movie. Positives. The chef was extremely intimidating. The guy that plays Voldemort did a great job at just scaring the crap out of me. He had this game face on, this stone cold look throughout the entire movie that was chilling. Everything he did was so calculating, and he screamed villain. He's the epitome of a villain, a guy you should watch out for. All right, in this movie, these people would sit around these tables and they were talking about this guy, and I don't know if they thought they were whispering or not, but he hears everything. His ear hustle game was strong. This guy heard everything these people were saying, and he played off that. That was so sinister. That was so sinister for him. I enjoyed his character. All right, hands down, hands down. Okay. Another positive. The dedication of the staff. All right. If I haven't mentioned this yet, this is kind of a cultish movie. This staff, they are dedicated to this man at no limit. All right. Anything he wants done, they will do. There's an Asian lady. I forgot her name. There's an Asian lady, and there's a few other chefs that just will go to no ends to please him. They're stone cold. They're down for the cause. Everyone is in line to please this man. Not in that way. Okay, not in that way. But you understand what I'm saying, all right? This staff will stop at nothing. It's what makes the staff so cold and chilling as themselves, as their own characters, and especially the Asian lady. And I will get her name right. I'm sorry. All right, it'll be at the bottom of the screen. But she did a great job at just being a soldier for him. Okay, let's just say there are people that will die for him, literally. Not her, but you'll get what I'm saying when you see the movie. All right. Another positive. This movie paid immaculate detail to food. Period. All right. It's a movie about food, and killing, and they did a great job of just everything was mentioned. Every meal presented. There'd be a little sidebar where you'd see the description of the meal broken down. Everything added to it. All right. And explained. And it was so unique and different to do that I appreciated that very much. I appreciated that. I appreciated that they just didn't. They not only made this movie about a restaurant, about the restaurant business, and about the food. They dedicate themselves to this. They dedicated themselves to that very genre of the movie. Okay, they stuck with it. They stuck with that. All right, you don't miss anything with this. You're not gonna miss anything. All right, I love that. I love that they were so dedicated. If there's another word for me, help me out here. But you know what I'm saying here. They did a good job at that. Okay. Another positive, and my last positive, the dark humor. All right. This found a way to kind of lighten up within the dark. Let's put it like that. It would lighten up with some jokes within this, but not too goofy. It wasn't too silly. None of those were too silly. You have John Leguizamo as a part of the cast, so you know you're gonna get some kind of laughs. He's been in a lot of things lately. I want to mention that he's been in a lot of stuff. Okay, and this is one of them. Okay, so because he plays the role he's supposed to play, he's some washed up actor that's on that cruise for a reason I won't explain yet. We'll get into that later on. But besides him, it's just the dry humor of Anya Taylor-Joy's character in here too, Margaret. Her being the most sarcastic person on the trip was what pleased me. I love that. I need someone who reacts to things in such a hilarious way. When everybody else is a bunch of nutcases, you have one person with common sense, and that was Anya Taylor-Joy. And the things she said, just and the way she reacted to things, or it's just the way that somebody with common sense would react. Okay, in my opinion, obviously, and she spoke the words that would come out was in the audience's mind, very bluntly. Okay, so I appreciated the humor that was mixed within this movie, within the darkness. I appreciated all that. Okay, negatives. There's a character named Tyler in this movie who is extremely annoying. He is the most annoying character in the movie. All right, and in some ways, it's still a good thing about the movie. It's something about his character. It just he won't stop. He was one. You know, they had a lot of people who kissed the chef's butt, right? he was the worst one. He was the worst one. This man would sacrifice his dignity, his own dignity, in order to please this chef. It was not even worth it. He wants to be a chef himself. He knows he's a foodie or whatever that is. Okay. And so he knows everything there is to know about food. And which is funny because there's a scene that comes up later on that I'm not going to talk too much about, but it was just divine irony. It was divine irony to match this character named Tyler. All right. So in a way, it was still kind of a good thing he was in the movie. But at the same time, it just, it frustrated me. He frustrated me. I felt what Margaret felt having to deal with him. Not everything. But, you know, just being around this dude is just horrible. It's horrible. Then another negative that I pointed out, or I saw, the kills were so underwhelming. No, I'm sorry. Some of the kills were underwhelming. All right, there was some justified kills in here. There were some good ones. But then there was some kills that were just like, that's it? That's what you got right there? That's how you're going to kill that person? Okay, I've seen this before. This is nothing. This is nothing. That's nothing. This is what you're going to do to this character who's been doing this and that throughout the whole movie. And that's how they go out, right? It was underwhelming, and I felt like some people deserved a lot more than what they got. Okay, it's just, it kind of reminds me of the whole Game of Thrones theory, which is the worst characters, they get the lamest deaths. They get the lame deaths. All right? Just keep that in mind. Last negative. Remember John Leguizamo and his character? Yes, well, there's a reason he's on the boat trip. Or he's on the restaurant extravaganza. And it's the dumbest reason ever. Pretty much the dumbest reason within the whole crew. Okay? And I really wish they would have thought of another way to present him into this movie other than that. That's all you got. That's all you have. All the ideas you could have came up with for his character. And the reason that he's invited to this trip. And you came up with that. That it was horrible. That's horrible. I'm sure it's meant to be funny, but I didn't laugh too hard. I actually felt like after finding out why he's there, every time I see his character, I feel like my time was being wasted. All right. But with that said, I'm still giving this a hell yes. That's right. This is a hell yes. I haven't seen a movie like this in a long time. This is a very good movie. I gotta say, this movie is better than Knives Out. And everybody who loved that movie, I just felt like this had more to it than that. And it was kind of on the same order. Not a who done it, but a what the hell is going on, more likely. And yeah, this is it. I prefer this over Knives Out. Bottom line. Press that like button, share, and you better subscribe.